Alright, guys. It's astonishing what a simple walk can do to one's spirit. If I'm going to miss this freedom to do something... Wait, what? If I'm going to miss the freedom to do something, then above all else, it's going to be the freedom to wander about whenever I please. When I walk with no specific goal, no destination, I can just switch off and observe my thoughts, jumping into their little drawers. With each step, I can feel my muscles relaxing. And strolling through the market has its moments too. I saw the moment... come on! Let me... Okay. I guess I have to let the text go, because sometimes when I try to make it go faster, it just, goes to the next thing, so... And strolling through the market has its moments too. I saw the most gorgeous shoes. Really, Cinders. Not that I can afford them. They were crazily expensive. I guess things are the same now as they were then. I get that they were imported from the eastern lands, but at that price, they should be made of diamonds and dragon skin. Who buys something like that? I mean, I know I would if I could, but that's beside the point, right? Ah, forget about it. No reason to dwell on such things. I still haven't decided what to do with my newly gained knowledge. Everything about this business screams that I should use it as leverage, but I don't know how. Not yet. At least it gives me some space, some secure distance from Carmosa, knowing that I know about one of her precious secrets. It's getting late. I should be heading back home. Time to say goodbye to freedom. Hello there, Cinders. Yay, it's him again. I did not expect to see you around the town at this time. You're still wondering about what that man said, do you? Yes, I took a long walk, and while it helped clear my head, I'm still not sure what to do. I can't say I know exactly how you feel, but my experience tells me you shouldn't push it. These things take time. I'm beginning to think the same. And what are you doing here, Captain? I was just about to begin my evening patrol. Although with this kind of weather, you could compare it to going for a walk. Can I go too, or go back home? Obviously we're gonna say, can I go too? Obviously. Sounds lovely indeed. Would you mind if I accompanied you? Hope it isn't too dangerous. Dangerous? Hardly. But are you sure? You said you just spent the afternoon walking about and the patrol route is quite long. Don't worry about me. I'm stronger than I look. Besides, this is my last day of freedom. I'd rather make it last as long as possible. The big red... Lady Carmosa is coming back tomorrow. I see. Now I understand the long face. Very well then. You may come with me, but be warned. I will not change or shorten the route if you're tired. It may not be the most demanding duty there is for a soldier, but it is a duty still. Oh, don't worry. I can be very militant, if there's a need for it. Some of my witty ripostes and well-aimed grimaces could be classified as weaponry. Ha! I had no idea you're such a menace. I can only hope I won't end up arresting you for possession of lethal irony. Okay. And I am ashamed to say that I have failed miserably at this attempt at being a guard. What do you mean? Is something wrong? My feet are killing me, and I thought I had a chance at this line of work. You've walked almost the whole route already, and it seemed fine. It seemed a fine patrolling job to me. The town is safe, calm. Nothing happened on your watch. Isn't that what matters? Does anything dangerous ever happen on these routes? Because if so, I must admit I'm disappointed with our walk and its unfulfilled potential for adventure. Well, no. It's almost always uneventful. Then I really feel like I've accomplished something today. But if these patrols don't change anything, why do you do them? I did not say they changed anything, Cinders. Maybe it's because of them that the town is peaceful. Maybe something will happen and the town is going to need me to be here. Good point. Like that kidnapping the other day. It was good you were around. Yes, but whatever happens or does not happen, these patrols are my duty, Cinders. Written generations ago to keep this town in order. So that is what I will do. Does your duty make every choice for you? It even dictates how you spend your evenings? One night you might One night... Okay. One might think you have no clue what to do when duties are done. I did make one choice, to become a guard. I do accept my duties as they are a consequence of who I am. You don't seem to accept the concept of duty in general, though. It's fine. I mean, I can understand, from what you've told me about your house and its rules, you're bound to dislike your duties. Isn't that almost by definition? Duty is something you have to do, not want to do, not chosen. How can you like an obligation like that? This is how it is for you, as Carmosa took over your house and life. For me, it's different. I've chosen and accepted my duties, or maybe chosen to accept them. I see the purpose of my duties, and I'm glad I can contribute to it. And if I can have a pleasant walk every evening as a means to uphold orders in this town, it is really... Okay, is it really that bad? When it pours or snows, the pleasure must be doubled. Haha, okay, you got me there. Though the town does look better when all the dirt and these clashing colors are covered by snow, or at least smudged by the rain in your eyes. So you can honestly... Oh, okay, so you honestly like protecting this sleepy, dirty town? I distinctly remember you saying that you miss the past, the times of battles. Where do your patrols fit into that? I do whatever is necessary. If the times demand, I walk the town. That is what I will do. But yes, I do prefer the thrill of battle and times when heroism had its use. Okay. I hate messing up when I'm reading. I hate it. I can't figure you out, Captain. One minute you stop to show me a magnificent view of this evening mist over the lake that unfolds from the palace stairs. A minute later, you admit killing is more preferable to you than such an evening stroll. I do prefer battle, but I certainly did not say I preferred it over this evening stroll in particular. Thank you. So are you a warrior? Oh, so are you a warrior or a poet? Or a killer poet, maybe? What is wrong with Cinders? Like, are we, like, crafting her personality by the choices that we make? Because now she's, like, strange. Like, I don't know. Okay. Oh, it would be an awful poet, I assure you. Oh, he would be an awful poet. Okay. In fact, you may be right. My poetry would probably kill. So you're not even gonna try? Oh, come on. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ugh. If you break the law, then I'll kill you? As you can see, not a poet, but then again... Why do you think killing and poetry exclude each other? That's child's way of thinking. I've seen cruel crooks that wrote delicate poetry, and not all warriors are mindless brutes. You're right. I'm sorry. That's okay, but please understand, I do not enjoy killing. What makes me feel good is the sense of proficiency at something, of being useful. I can see the value of freedom, but the notion of having a purpose is what works for me and makes me happy. It's nice to see someone content with where they are and what they do. Maybe the fact that I enjoy breaking the rules is caused by the fact that I myself am not... but I broke a rule by inviting you to go on a patrol with me, and I did enjoy it very much. I'm glad. And if I offended you by questioning your way of life, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude or nosy. By no means. There aren't many people I can talk to about such things. And how can you think things through if you don't let them be questioned? So thank you. I was a bit skeptical beforehand about patrolling together. Now I regret we can't do that more often. How should I act? Friendly, seductive, or uninterested? Well... It's a tie between friendly and seductive, so I'm literally just gonna close my eyes and click one. Oh, seductive it is. Oh gosh. But the pleasure is all mine. Though I do feel the pleasure should be mutual at most times. You certainly have a way of making a statement. But honestly, you're a very interesting man. I'm surprised I didn't have to elbow my way through a crowd of young women here. Strength and mystery in a man usually attracts them like honey lures wasps. Oh gosh. Oh, do they? They attracted me, haven't they? Stop! Oh my god, is he gonna get mad at us? Okay. But then such a confident, beautiful, and smart woman as yourself is bound to have a circle of admirers at her whim. That is what men search for. Do they really? Of that I'm sure. I've just had no luck in finding such a person yet. That does not mean that I admire such qualities less. What can I say? On a different note, I've noticed something today. When you and Madame Guidi spoke earlier, you seemed quite familiar with each other. I owe her my life. Such an experience does bring people closer and creates a bond, maybe for life even. Really? What happened? Sounds like there's an interesting story behind it. I was just doing my duty. I led a small group against brigands terrorizing the forest. Okay, got separated while chasing their escape leader. I got him eventually, but he managed to wound me. I lost consciousness there, in the middle of nowhere. Madame Guidi was out searching for herbs when she found me. You could have bled to death. Yes, but Madame Guidi took me to her hideout and nursed me back to health, and I will always be grateful for that. Sounds almost like a fairy tale. All that is missing is a romance and a they live happily ever after ending. Well, at least part of that did happen, but it was no fairy tale, so we did not live happily ever after. This was a real story of bloodstains and pain, and... Wait, you were actually with Madame Guidi? The wise and mysterious one? Romantically involved with the ominous witch of the woods? I'm sorry if I've spoiled the story and the characters for you, but I'm not a dark and brooding knight. Madame Guidi is not an unearthly being. We were just human. I know, I'm sorry for stereotyping again. It's just so hard to imagine Madame Guidi in love. I don't think it was love. We were both lonely and fate brought us together. Companionship might be a better word for it. I'm sorry if that offends you. No, I guess I've never thought about Madame Guidi as someone that could be lonely, or with other human weakness for that matter. She appears to be so strong. She is strong, and a good woman, so it would be a shame to see the prejudiced win and drive her away from yet another town. But what you said surprises me, really. Seeing just one side of her seems unfair as well. Plus the two of you seem so alike in so many ways. Because you can never miss while comparing a woman to your former lover. I'm sorry. I told you I am no poet. Don't mention it. I actually do admire Madame Guidi quite a bit. And I guess now I can see her in a different light. Both of you. Yeah, now I don't see you as attractive. A bit less mystery, a little more of reality. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You're right, and I'm the one who's sorry. I did not mean to offend you. You didn't. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go to the palace. The reporting duties call. Thank you for accompanying me. You were one of the most interesting and beautiful girls I have ever met. Can we see each other again and talk? I really don't know what I should say. Not really, it's just very, very rude. And then sure, it's like, but you were with Madame Guidi. I guess we'll say sure. I'm not gonna be rude. Thank you. I've enjoyed this walk immensely too. I'll try to arrange it so we can meet again, as difficult as it may prove. Oh, I believe you can accomplish anything if you want to. Thanks for the confidence. I look forward to meeting you again. Then, okay. Anyhow, if you decide to do something about what that vagabond said today, or... Is it vagabond or vagabond? I've heard people say it both ways, so I just use them interchangeably. But whatever. Alright. Or even if you just want to discuss your options further, do come and find me. Thank you very much, Captain. I will. I really need to go. Goodbye, Cinders. Have a nice night. You too, Captain. Good night. Alright, we can only go home, so I guess we're gonna do that. Back to the same old. This feels almost like coming back to prison, and out of my own will. After 2 such wonderful days of freedom, it's depressing to know I need to go back to my ordinary life. Well, maybe Lady Carmosa died. Maybe we're gonna get lucky like that. Do you know how weird that would be? Actually, wait, this is a flashback, right? She was in the beginning. So she didn't die, unfortunately. Sorry to burst anybody's bubble. There, out in the real world, I can meet amazing people, have actual friends. Here, I'm trapped between Carmosa's plots and her poor daughter's bitterness. Sometimes I wonder, what if I were to vanish in the woods? Would anyone notice or care? Maybe that's the answer. Getting lost in the wilderness, befriending an uncivilized but noble tribe of rather short miners, becoming their princess, and spending the rest of my days being adored, praised, and... Oh, get a grip on yourself, Cinders. Yes, please do. At least I learned some really interesting things today. Interesting and possibly dangerous for Carmosa. Maybe it's going to be my wild card in this game. Sometimes I wonder if all families are like mine, broken, conflicted, and utterly unpleasant. Or is it just a nobility thing? My feet are begging for mercy. I must have walked 12 miles today. 12? You walked 12 miles in one day? Like, that's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. I'm kidding. If you want to walk 12 miles, do it. I'm not. Those were really good shoes I saw at the market. And pretty, too. I sure could use new shoes like that. These old horrors are just a few steps away from falling apart, and they blister my heels and ankles. Still, it was worth the effort. The good captain, bless his honorable heart, seems genuinely interested in my humble person. And he seems like an interesting gentleman, too. Looks really dashing in all those belts, I think. Gosh. Besides, I always fancied scars and brooding disposition in a man. Okay. So now that I chose that option, are we just gonna start sledding it up? I'm confused. Alright. The chandelier is moving! You've summoned me, my prince. That I did. You came back a bit late tonight. Okay. Was there any trouble on your route? Not at all, my prince. Something has caught my attention. It's us. It's Cinders. Ooh, we caught his attention. You must be wondering why I wanted to see you at this hour. Surely you've guessed it must be about something important. I will have to ask you to make an important decision, and I will not be expecting you to give me your answer right away. Oh gosh. Okay. My lord? Let me explain, Perrault. As you know, we live in a time of transition, and my father's death changed many things. Being so close to our family, you are aware that the old king spent most of his days trying to compromise between extremes, a balance between order and freedom. With little success, despite his best wishes, all his life he remained an autocrat. That is why it has been my wish, my vision, to change the kingdom in such a way as to eliminate the need to compromise between freedom and order altogether. In other words, Perrault, I want reforms, but I'm sure you know this. I do, my prince. I've known you long enough to be able to learn about the qualities of your character. I want to give the people a constitution, Perrault. I don't want them to be subjects. I want them to be citizens. I see. This will not make you more popular among the nobles, sire. If that's even possible. You're not king yet, my lord, and there's some unrest among the nobles. I wouldn't announce your plans just yet. They make you an easy target. I'm so confused. I don't know. Whatever. Yes, they do. That's exactly why I need your protection. You already have it. You know I'd give my life serving the crown. I'm your sword and shield, my lord. Yes, my friend. I know that. But these are different kinds of enemies. Okay, these are different kinds of enemies that I'm going to face during my reign. I will be giving people more freedom, but that means taking away some of the old precious order. The nobles won't stand for it. They will want my head. I don't want it. They wouldn't dare. Of course not. That would give me a reason to ask for their heads. They will not do anything openly. Do you understand now what I speak of, Perrault? Gosh, what's going so slow? So you want me to spy for you? It is the new battlefield, Captain, the theater of war of our times, and the crown needs you to be our champion. Champion? But it isn't an honorable war. It's a war of lies. It's a war of discretion and intelligence, qualities I know you possess in abundance, not to mention loyalty. Forgive me, my lord. I don't want to come across as naive. I'm simply not accustomed to all the subtleties of ruling. I'm surprised. What would you require of me in this new service? You would have to spend more time at the court. That much is certain. Keep your eyes and ears open, and of course, socialize much more. You would have to trade those blades of yours for our exquisite white gold cutlery, I'm afraid. Maybe do something about this outfit. All those belts. I see. This isn't... You don't have to decide right away. Also, you do have a choice. I'm not a tyrant after all. Should you choose to distance yourself from this lovely mess I'm planning for the realm, you can leave your current service with honor and retire. Your patrolling duty is purely ceremonial nowadays, and the guards have their officers. As it is, your position at the court is a matter of empty traditionalism, nothing more. You would send me away? To where? Oh, I'm certain there is some picturesque and lucrative strip of royal land left that I can make you a count of. How about Middle Hollow? Such a quaint little place. You deserve it. That simple? This is very surprising. It's strange. It's a strange thing to learn that you're not needed. Rubbish, Perrault. The crown needs you. Oh, crap. Stop talking so fast, Prince. The crown needs you. This is precisely why I'm asking you to make your own decision. If I'm to rule this realm, I have to learn to make difficult choices, and this is my first. I'm not ordering you to become my new Royal Master Spy. I'm giving you a choice. Not only because I know that you wouldn't make a good agent serving me against your own will, but also because you're my friend, Perrault. If that's the case, I'd reckon I'd prefer to be just a subject. Not a test subject. It'll be enough, Captain. Let us not say things we will regret later. Very well, my lord. Will this be all, my prince? Yes, Captain. Give my proposal some thought. I would have your answer within the next few days. Now go. A strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That language